This week, we decided to visit one of our favorite walks in Pasadena, but what started as a fun trip quickly descended into chaos. This is the story of how we hiked a huge hill, muddy waters, and how we made it back. This is Wandering with Wilfred. Our walk started out normally, until we decided to take a turn off the main path, the one that we knew, and explore a new trail. Usually, we'd stick to the main part of the trail, which takes us across a bridge into a waterfall. This time, we took the left path, and from there, Wilfred guided us into the unknown trail. At first, it felt like we had made the right call. The trail was quiet, and Wilfred was trotting ahead with that little bounce he gets when he's excited. You could hear the water flowing, and the trees were giving us just enough shade to keep things cool. But then we saw it. A hill. Not just any hill, a 30-degree incline of loose rock. One of those climbs where every step forward feels like you're sliding half a step back. Wilfred didn't hesitate. He looked back at us once, as if to say, "You coming?" Then started powering up like it was nothing. We, however, were not built the same. That hill used up nearly all our energy before we even reached the halfway point. Our shoes were slipping, and the only thing keeping us going was the sound of Wilfred barking from the top, encouraging us to keep pushing. But the top didn't bring relief. Instead, it opened up into a swamp, a wide, sunken patch of trail that had clearly turned into a muddy bog. There was no way around it. We looked at each other, then at Wilfred, who had already charged in and was now halfway through, covered in mud and loving every second of it. So we followed. Every step sank deep into the wet earth. Shoes were ruined. Socks were drenched. Morale was surprisingly okay. Even in the middle of that swamp, we were laughing. We were covered in mud, but also surrounded by trees, by the sound of birds, and by a dog who was absolutely living his best life. Eventually, the swamp gave way to dry ground again. We kept walking, assuming the trail would loop back toward the main path. But the deeper we went, the less familiar things looked. The worn trail slowly disappeared beneath leaves and branches. The markers were gone. No sounds of the river. No other people. Just forest and us. That's when it hit us. We were lost. But after just a little bit of looking around, we found a break in the trees. A small opening. We followed it, hoping for a clue, and found ourselves back on a trail that eventually led us to the very start of the walk, before the first fork. Somehow, we had looped around without knowing. It felt like the forest had led us in a circle just to test us. From there, we made our way back down. Carefully, slowly, with a lot more mud than we started with, but also with a story. Sometimes, the best adventures aren't the ones you plan. They're the ones where you take a wrong turn, climb a hill you probably shouldn't have, and follow a muddy trail into the unknown because your dog believed in you. And somehow, when Wilfred leads the way, we always make it back. This has been Wandering with Wilfred. See you on the next trail.